Let's see. We are live in this beach, y'all. Peace, family.
Peace to my fellow Hawaiians, to my honor nationals, and the Bear Cub Pirates.
How's everybody doing this evening? I know it is a late evening, but we have a special guest. This is not Minister Yogi. Mr. Galactico, would you like to introduce yourself?
Yes, I will. I will. I'll be more than happy and delighted to. Peace, family, to my fellow Hawaiians, to my honor nationals, and to the Bear Cub Pirates. I am Mr. Galactico, right hand to the indigenous priesthood and soul light field messenger for the Bear Cub Pirates. And today I am filling in for Chief Minister Yogi Alakun and have been granted and blessed to teach on this fine Seven of Clubs day to all of you.
Excellent, excellent. Well, welcome, Mr. Galactico. It is a delight and pleasure to have you on. I know you're going to be dropping some wisdom for us tonight, for our Book of You series that we do every year. So, without further ado, the floor is yours.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And we're going to get started. And so today, family, we are doing the part 2 of the Book of You. And this one I titled The Hidden Genius. And so,
Let me pull it up for you.
yes, sir. Thank you kindly.
Yes, sir.
And so, on the Book of You part 2 today, we're going to go into the hidden side of your genius aspects. Aspects never talked about quite in depth between astrologers or cosmologists. We're going to go over several new aspects never before heard of. So, before we go into the depths of the aspects, just to highlight what the Book of You is for. The Book of You is not something that is just there to read every now and then. It is not there for you to use as your coffee mug. The book, right? People use the Book of You and they set their little coffee mug on top of it and never think about it again. The Book of You is something that is entirely important to your existence. The Book of You shows you the exact aspects, the movie reels, the blooper reels, and everything in between that you need to tap into to understand and become aware of. See, because in today's society, we have something called blind faith and blind hope. And what Mr. Galactico learned is that hope and faith is only as good as your awareness. Without any awareness of your surroundings, your environments, or even knowledge of self, it's almost as you have no sense of awareness of yourself and your rhythm, in which you start to do the toe tap like white people out of rhythm.
Not out of rhythm.
They out of rhythm, Mr. Kojo. They are out of rhythm, Chief Minister Kojo. And so, with this Book of You, we're going to dive into many aspects, highlighting the potential to use birth charts for relationships, but to also highlight it so you can ensure your path is not met with as much turbulence as we see now today.
Yeah.
That being said, I will introduce the first aspects. Now, it is not normal to come with the big surprise first. I could have put the slide last, but I said I got something more special for y'all on the last slide. Now, I know y'all looking at Miss Galactico. Miss Galactico, why do you got SpongeBob and Patrick and not no other image or words on this slide? Well, I'll tell you why. Because Patrick said something so profound. He said the inner machinations of my mind are an enigma. It is things beyond that at first that we was unaware of. but we're aware of it now, and that is speaking of the light field. What is the light field? The light field is the backdrop behind the sun, the moon, and the stars in between. The black drop, the things that we are too made of: carbon, melanin, electricity, and magnetism. And so, the first thing I want to tell you is that when you are born, you are important. When you are born, you are already talented. When you are born, you are already an indigenous genius. See, in their world, you got to reach a certain level of popularity. But in our world, when you are born, you are already known. Because the one thing that knows you and knows you the best is the light field. Because it has already set the pattern for which your movie will take place. It's just up to you to make the right decisions. It's up to you to wheel in the power of your talents, gifts, and skills. Mr. Galactico can't get you to do it, and Chief Minister Kojo can't get you. All we can do is highlight the attributes that you possess. Now, we can bring you to the water, but it's up to you to get the cup and clean the water and put electrolytes in it and drink it. In other words, when we give you a goddamn task, you do it. See, because, Chief Minister Kojo, people, they got a sense of statements that they make about the light, the universe. They say things like, the light field must have set upon my path of destruction and chaos for me to learn something. No. The light field ain't sent no goddamn chaos to you. The light field sent the peace. You chose the chaos.
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir.
You chose that chaos. The problem is, see, you only thought once when you was making a decision. And what do I mean? See, now technicality would say that she was decisive, but see, Mr. Galactico knows something deeper. See, you was indecisive in your brain, and you thought from your brain. And your brain is already in effect. So when you don't think twice and you only think once, that means you're thinking from an effect. Something that already is a result. You're not thinking from what creates the cause. The mind. Chief Minister Kojo, is it not the subconscious that does the heavy lifting anyways?
Yes, sir, it does. It's the subconscious that does the heavy lifting.
So why would people choose to go into their conscious and not think twice to go into their subconscious?
It's because they've been programmed to operate that way.
And that's the key. They've been programmed because 90% of our life and most people's lifespan, they spent in beta wave state. And when you're in beta wave state says, think from your brain. Think on the fly. Think survival. Yep. And so you are in a survival thinking. You're not in abundance thinking, blissful thinking, blessed thinking, nonchalant thinking, where you could just say, you know what, this is this and this is that. So I could filter both and I could choose the best peaceful lane for myself.
That's it. It's the perceptive.
It's the perceptive. And so when I was a little tadpole, my mama told me, boy, you think twice and then you speak once. But to add into additions of the facts, let's jump into the first aspects of what's new.
What is new?
And what is new is the quintiles and the biquintiles. Ooh. 2 new angles in the chart that's never spoken upon.
Break it down, guy.
Now, astrologers list these as minor aspects, but see, Mr. Galactico learned something true to nature. I'm gonna say that again. See, I learned something true to nature. See, I was able to think subjectively and realize that these are not minor aspects. These are actually major, because those who are not aware of their talents tend to hide them from the world. Mm-hmm. And so Let's start with the quintiles because although they do share the same name with the count of 2 letters, they are quite different. So quintiles, see, that's the talent, the gifts, the genius that you're just naturally born with.
Mm-hmm.
That you don't really have to work hard to activate. Bioquintiles, now see, those are the ones that's met with more experience needed. More pressure is required to turn it into a diamond. It's those talents that are yet unlocked. Kind of like when you play Mortal Kombat and you see the character that you want, but he blacked out. Or we can look at quintile from an anime people. You could say Bioquintiles is the user that doesn't possess Genjutsu but has Taijutsu. And Quintiles is the one that is already born with the power of Genjutsu.
That is a good one.
Does it make sense? So and peace family, I see you comment 10. Peace family, shout out to Alboshi Cacao, Dr. Kwa, who is up in the building. And peace to many of you who has joined us this fine late evening. Back to the subject. Now, I do have a chart in here. We're going to jump straight into the chart. I'm going to go into other things that possess this chart. Now, when you analyzing quintiles and biquintiles, Mr. Galactico will have to make a video to show you how to add in the lines for these aspects. And that'll be a separate video. That'll be a instructional video for you all to use to put into your astro.com accounts. But just to use an example of a quintile or a biquintile, Mr. Galactico will use his soul brother, Yogi Alakun. So in Yogi Alakun's chart, he does possess quintiles and biquintiles, and one of them being his moon is biquintile to his Jupiter. His moon is in Cancer, and his Jupiter is in Aquarius. And so Chief Minister Yogi Alakun, with his talents, he likes to take the future and see how he could visualize to fit in the family. One of his many skills is being able to connect people on an emotional level, because he does not create family based on blood. He creates it based on his consciousness using the Zokin calendars. See, because Chief Minister Yogi Alakun, aka the Grizzly Genius, he understands that if you operate and use the Zokin calendar correctly, you could avoid many turbulence, many disruptions inside of the team functions.
Ooh.
And so that is one of his bioquintiles. It's something he learned through the pressures of lives. When he see it, analyze the word, see Jupiter, those are your eyes. Jupiter represents the eyes. The moon, your emotions. So emotionally, when he looked out into the world, he said the world lost its colors. He made it his sole mission to bring back the colors by operating with the family, with the team, with the Wild Committee, with the Bear Cub Pirates, with the Hidden Cosmic Village, with SOS, and with DOS. Now, many thinking, oh, well, that sounds plain, Mr. Galactico. That's because you lack imagination. See, you don't know how far the biquintile takes them. Mm-hmm. But it's also because you're not aware of yourself, because your book of you is sitting in the closet collecting dust.
Not collecting dust.
Collecting dust. And they got to get their duster and they got to dust that thing off and go ahead and book a birth chart. If you are not a cosmologist yourself, if you need assistance, then you can book a birth chart reading to learn your quintiles, your biquintiles, and your other aspects from any of the cosmologists, including Chief Minister Kojo, including Minister Simney, including many of the other cosmologists, including the Grizzly Genius himself and his team.
Yes, sir.
Now, to move on. Now I know I'm moving fast, right? I know y'all like, oh, but we want to know more about the quintiles and bioquintiles, and we want to see other people's aspects. And look, Mr. Galactico, he could have put 1,000 celebrities, and he could have went through all of their charts, but all I've been doing is proving my goddamn point, which I already proved already. So we're gonna move to the next aspect. Now this aspect, now no astrologer or cosmologist has ever identified this type of aspect.
Hold
See
on,
this.
hold on. Mr. Gladko, you said no one. Look, this is how everybody's looking at you. No one.
No one has ever. See, not only did I discover this aspect, I also got a chance to crown its title. And Miss Galactico decided to call it the powwow aspect.
Ooh.
But this is not a regular aspect. See, this aspect Miss Galactico has found in when he does sinister charts. And if those don't know what those type of charts are, those are relationship charts.
Mm.
So when two people shares 4 points of contingent angles that creates trines, is a super four-way powwow harmonious aspect.
Break that down.
I'll break it down for you. See, now I'm sorry, y'all. I know the chart is very small. Just bear with me, though.
Are we able to blow that up?
Let me see. Let me see if I could blow it, or maybe I could share it a different way. Let me see if I could blow up this aspect. I'm gonna remove it from the stage just for a second, y'all, just to see if I can share it a different way.
Okay.
Because I'm gonna put it. Yes, sir.
We'll make sure we acknowledge everybody that comes in the chat. Peace, y'all. What up? What up? What up? I need to reread my book of me. Yes, please read. Please.
Yes, please reread it.
Talk about you without telling me anything, and I will hear you. Oh yeah, I mean, just give us a birthday. You know, we'll tell you.
Give me any birthday, any card, any planet, and I will describe to you its attributes and its abilities, as well as its dysfunctional sides.
Mm-hmm. And you can't disprove that it ain't true.
You cannot. Because I could go to any side, psychology, sociology, health, biocosmology, whatever aspect you need me to talk about, Mr. Galactico can do it.
Hold on. Can you wait to the end, or do you want to do it now?
We can wait to the end. Oh, they are already ready. Well, I love the enthusiasm, but we will wait to the end because I do have something special and special indeed for the end. Can you see my screen?
Yeah, I just pulled it up for you.
Oh, okay, awesome. So what I would do now, I'll go in presentation mode, and that should be able to blow it up. Let me know if that's more zoomed in.
Zoom in, like if you can.
Zoom in. Let me see. Maybe I need to do it this way there.
Yeah, zoom in on that.
Let me get out of presentation and figure out how to. Let me figure out how to zoom in first of all, y'all.
You see that little bar at the bottom right?
Oh, at the bottom right. Yes, I do. Thank you, Chief Minister Kojo.
Yes, sir. Oh yeah.
Right. Is that what better?
Yeah.
Okay, I should be able to. Awesome. So, back to the powwow aspect. Yes, Chief Minister Kojo, I have found a new aspect never before discussed by anybody. But I have done my homework, my investigations into this powwow aspect. And this powwow aspect, it touches all 4 elements. Just to highlight, if y'all can see my mouse.
Yep.
You see an angle right here of this trine.
Yep.
Water and fire because it is to Mercury and Sun.
Okay.
You see the air trine right here. And then if you come down, I don't know if y'all can see the bottom of my.
Oh, we went to the there we go. Okay.
There we go. There we go. I wanted to scroll down a little bit. So right here, you also see this trine, and it's to the earth. And then you see this one, and it goes back into a water sign. So this is what you call powwow aspect.
Now how do you
Now how, now how do we break it down? What's the attributes of it? I'll tell you the attributes of it. The powwow aspects, it highlights a more deeper soul contract of a purpose. Of two people come together with the sole purpose of a focused vision. And Mr. Galactico, with the honor and the intel coming from the Grizzly Genius himself, this is a chart between him and Sister L. Sister L, many may not know her, but she is in the tribe. And she is a dream forensic investigator. So it shows in this chart itself. Let's just run through it. Let's just go through it, right? So you see the blue symbols?
Yep.
Inside, that is Sister L's planets.
Okay.
The red on the outside is Brother Yogi's. Okay. Now, ain't that something? Ain't that unique? Now, Mr. Galactico did not plan for the masculine to be red and the feminine to be blue. But we must be in alignment. So let's start here. Let's start with Sister L's Pluto. Her Pluto is in a water sign, and it is in Scorpio.
Okay.
So it says she has a deep, transformational, like energy to break down layers. And it is trining Brother Minister Yogi Alakun's sun and his Mercury. His sun in Pisces and his Mercury in the Aries. So it says a harmonious aspect of them working together to transform the world, to take pioneership, to investigate the soul, cosmology aspects of dreams, cosmology, Zocan calendars, planets, movements, and everything in between. And then we go to the next trine. And how does it increase this harmonious aspects? Well, sisters, L, Sun, Mercury, and South Node is in Gemini. And so this says a deliverance of communications. And then we come down to the bottom, and the last trine is to Mars and True Node in Virgo. So this says a level of involvement using analytics, earth sciences, business applications, and everything else. So what does this powwow shows? This powwow shows that they have a purpose, a mission together, to a harmony together to teach, structure, and peel back the layers of cosmology and do it from leadership.
Yep.
And so the powwow aspect is not something that happens in every chart. But when you do see it with a person, and they functional, of course, then it's something that you should explore. Because if you share a powwow signature chart, or even a water trine, a fire trine, and people are like, oh, wait, hold up. You ain't go over those aspects. I know I ain't go over those aspects. It's because, see, unlike Chief Minister Yogi Alakun, see, Mr. Galactico, he represents one of his cards, the four elements. And I am a king of diamonds. So I am a little bit more masterful of the art of selling. So if you want to learn more about water trines, fire trines, and the other aspects, you will have to book a birth chart reading with Chief Minister Yogi Alakun. But
what is the website?
The new website is www.bearcubpirates.org. And it is a tribal faith-based organization. So every services, donations, and purchases are tax deductible.
We're going to flash that on the screen.
Thank you kindly. And so, with these new aspects, now I know y'all listening. Y'all like, oh, man, what? Well, how does these aspects live up? What do I need to do? Well, you need to go and learn your chart. And you will see the exact talents you possess. Now you may ask, how do you use it though? Well, let's go over Chief Minister Yogi Alakun's chart. I already explained he has a biquintile to his moon to Jupiter. And he has several other biquintiles. And he used his talents and gifts to bring about the Bear Cub Pirates, a social movement gathered in the arts of agriculture, cosmology, even partnering up with people in midwifery as well. Shout out to my Jaguar of the Bear Cub Pirates, Alexis Shiel.
Yes, sir.
And shout out to Satoya Woodruff, the agriculturalist of the Bear Cubs Pirates. And that is how Chief Minister Yogi Alakun has used thy talents to increase his radiance to the world. He has also reached out to Sister L to use the powwow aspect so they can bring about harmonious aspects to the world as well. See, when you're intentional with your book of you, and that's the part Mr. Galactico wants to come to. When you're intentional, you start to put together teams. See, meeting people in the world, seeing Chief Minister Kojo when they put together businesses, sometimes they get clouded. They start to put together teams where they only pick the person because they're black. And Mr. Galacticos just laughs and says, "Ooh, child, did you analyze that person's book of you?
Mm-hmm.
Did you pick them because they actually have a talent that resonates with your business structure? No, you picked them because they black. You picked them because they was a national. And that's when the disruptions come in. That's when the non-coherence comes in because you wasn't intentional. See, you was philosophically intentional because, if they can, then you must win. But that's not always the case.
Right.
Just because they can don't mean you should work with them. It doesn't mean you can't be acquaintances. See, Miss Galactico, I go around the world, I travel the world, and I say, look, I may not could push you in my businesses, but we could be acquaintances. Meaning, every time I pass by you, I could greet you. And that's the most you could get from me. Because,
so you go do this. That's it.
Peace, family.
That's it.
How's the weather? And that's about as far the conversation is going to go. But see, because you got to be intentional about your book of you. You got to be intentional about the people you work with. See, when we analyze our Zokin calendar, which is a separate form of a chart from this one, we look at our diagonals and we say, oh, we got a mutual Jupiter with this person. What does a mutual Jupiter mean? That means you could do great business with them. And they also your focal point. See, when you speak to them, you're speaking to light. Mm-hmm. Or you may have a mutual Saturn with somebody, which Chief Minister Yogi Alakun and Chief Minister Kojo shares a Saturn. With that mutual aspect, that is someone they could create infrastructures, structure, organizations, proper critique. And see, we need to have these because we need to learn these things. Because not many people see me and Minister Kojo, we could critique each other. And we will never have a fallout. Because of mutual respect. Yes, but see, not many people can gather that. See, when Mr. Galactico speaks on people's dysfunctional sides of these aspects, they tend to deny them. Mm. Denying them is like denying the true villain that lives inside you. Ooh. Because it's there.
It's there.
See, they don't understand perfectionism. See, they think perfectionism doesn't exist, but perfection is only the result of something. It yields an outcome. In nature, everything is perfect. Everything is perfect. See, during Ramadan, Mr. Galactico learned that when you are in rhythm, It's only two sides you could be on. When you're in rhythm, you're on the functional side. If you're out of rhythm, you're on the dysfunctional side. But then he learned something unique. He also said, because what he learned is that most of the world, and as Chief Minister Amaru Namataga Shia Ali taught Chief Minister Yogi Alakun, is that we are givers, we are servants, but we cannot allow anyone to use us inefficiently.
Mhm.
And see, most of us share a tendency to be rescuers, to want to rescue people. But what you're going to learn, even if you are in rhythm, even if you are coherent, even if you have your book of you, if you don't learn to say no, the person you are trying to help can get you on a rhythm of no coherence.
It's boundaries, y'all.
Boundaries. See, you need a wall. Remember what Mr. Galactical says. See, they could be acquaintance, but they may not be able to be your friend. They could be acquaintance though. See, we could pull to the event and I could piece it up and then we could take a little shot, but then we gotta move on. And when I say shot, I am not talking about alcohol. I am speaking of Blue Lotus wine. So with this Book of You series, these new aspects that we have gone over. Now I know it was only 3, but these 3 are so important because what I learned with doing these investigations with the Jaguar Queen, Alexis Shiel, is that these talents and gifts also exist in relationships. So I talk about the power wall being in relationship aspect, but the quintiles and biquintiles are also relationship aspects as well. So when you're working with somebody and you have a quintile, biquintile with you, y'all unlock each other's talents, new talents.
Ooh.
That is why you can't let people's opinions overshadow who you should be partnering with. This is what I mean by attention. See, you may be working with somebody who had a following out with somebody else, but you work good with that person, but now it's a non-coherence. But see, you got to be intentional. You got to be so transparent, so honest that you got to tell yourself, you know what? Although you was a victim, this person has paid they debt. They are back coherent, and so I'm going to work with them, regardless of your emotions and how you feel. Because I don't give a damn how you feel. I give a damn what the light field has put in front of me. Because the light field presents people, events, and things of that nature in front of you that you actually is supposed to pick to stay in a coherent rhythm. But you sat there and you let somebody's opinion make you deter away from the coherent plan.
I think this is a good question to answer.
Should we all be looking to partner with someone? Mm. Well, I'll tell you like this. See, Mr. Galactico, he understands cosmology to a very in-depth level. Now, many people will say, oh, well, I'm an ace of spades, I'm a fire sign, and I work in isolation. Well, look, let me tell you too. Look, I don't like being around people like that either. But it doesn't mean that Mr. Galactico does not partner with people. You should be partnering with someone because you can't do everything by yourself.
No, you're not meant to.
You're not meant to. If you was running a global empire business and it was international, you had 1 million clients coming in every month, ask yourself that goddamn question again. Should we all be looking to partner with someone? You tell me. Even if you want to be local and you got 100 people coming in every month and you got to run the administrations, the clinical work, the tax preparedness, the registration, this component, do you not see the benefit of, did nature not set it up for planets to come about, for masculine and femininity to come together to create planets? It is not a moment in time that you're not supposed to work with someone. Y'all just lack the awareness of how to work with each other. See, your partner may not understand that you are an isolated person and that you will work better in isolation. So partnership doesn't gotta look like I come to your house every day and we doing homework together and we read the book together. Mr. Galactico don't read with nobody. I read by myself because my Mercury is in fire. Well, you can hire them. That's your choice. But I do advise people to get into partnership. Now you may be confused about partnerships because the world has deterred away from family businesses. So it's a sort of lingering fear around partnering with people. But your first partner is always your wife slash husband for the women, is it not? So if your partner, your spouse, can't help you with tasks, they may not be a good spouse for you.
Unfortunately, that's the reality.
That's the reality. So when it comes to family businesses, that's something we need to learn again, to learn how to partner with people. Because at the end of the day, you're hiring, whether you want to use the words, so you switch the words, you say, hey, I'm going to hire them instead of partner with them. It's the same type of shit. You hire your partner. I hire people too. They partners though. I hire them for a specific task. Just like I would partner with somebody with specific tasks. But let me tell you where your mindset is at. See, your mindset is I was only partnering with them because they was black. Whether you hire them or partner with them, if you only hire somebody because they black, that is the dysfunctional side of the DEI.
Mm.
You only hired them because they was black. You didn't hire them because they was talented, because they was skillful, because it made sense for them to come into your business. And now you're looking at your puzzle piece and you like, the last puzzle piece, I hired this person. Damn, this motherfucker's shape don't match up with the puzzle. It's because you only hired them because they was black. You ain't hired them because they had the right shape for the puzzle. So it's just something to think about. We should be partnering people, but it got to be intentional. See, we use the Zokin calendar to properly partner with people because every year, every week, every 7 years, it looks different. Different people, different circumstances, in different ways you're supposed to be working. You may be on this year, and you may be on the Queen of Hearts, which is Chief Minister Kojo's card. And y'all may work. But your contract may only need to look like a 2-year contract or a 1-year contract. See, the problem is y'all think everybody you partner with, you're supposed to work with them forever. It ain't true. Some people you only supposed to work with for 2 weeks. Some a month. Some a year. And with our Zokin system, we able to accurately pick who we supposed to work with at a certain time. The same thing with the birth chart. You're not supposed to work with everybody. If you got a T-square and you're trying to see Mr. Galactico, let me see Chief Minister Yogi Alakun, he's overly calculated. See, he's more calculated when it comes to speaking. See, me, I'm more impulsive. So, in Chief Minister Yogi's chart, in the relationship chart that he did, he found out he had 7 T-squares with a person.
Whew.
7. I'm going to say that again. He has 7 activated T-squares with a particular person.
Mm.
And because he didn't do a signature chart, let me tell you something when you don't use your tools. When a mechanic doesn't use his tools correctly, the car fails.
All the time.
So when he didn't use his tools correctly in the birth chart, non-coherent disruptions, draining. It felt like his energy is draining. Mr. Galactico is sitting in the corner like, this dumb motherfucker. I just can't wait till he figures it out. But, once he did figure it out, he said, oh, see, these are things you got to analyze. See, those 7 T-squares, it messed with Chief Minister Yogi Alakun's business. Yeah. But because he's intentional, he knew he had to make that person an acquaintance more than a family member. And those are the harsh truths that we have to deal with on a daily basis is telling a person, I can't be in a business with you. I don't even think I could be friends with you, but I can be an acquaintance. Don't disrespect me. I won't disrespect you, but if you disrespect me, I am liable to retaliate.
Mm.
Now y'all may be saying, "Whoo, this what type of book of you is this? What is we?" I'm just going over the truths. See, the book of you is a porter. See, I can't just analyze your birth chart. I got to analyze your ability to think awareness, to move like you're aware, to treat awareness with the respect that it deserves. So yes, I'm going through the birth chart, but I'm also going through simple principles, which is being transparent. The many things Chief Minister Kojo has taught us for years. Be transparent, be honest, be direct, and be respectful. Seems a pretty tedious process finding a partner. Well, let me tell you something. For Mr. Galactico, because some other parts of Chief Minister Yogi Alakun's psyche does love chaos, it is a fun process. See, it doesn't matter how many disruptions I run into, it does not deter me away from continuing to be intentional about working with people. Because at the end of the day, I do have the knowns of the knowns.
Mm.
I am no longer in the unknowns of the unknown. See, let me tell you something. You got known knowns. We used to have known unknowns, but then you got unknowns unknowns. Things you don't know that you did it, you don't know. Things you don't know, you don't know. Things you do know that you don't know. And things you know that you know. Mr. Galactico could confidently say that he knows things that he know, that he completely knows, and that he will continue to know. See, I no longer have my powers to say I could read people's minds because we have something called a Zokin calendar, and we could literally read people's minds.
Yep.
See, we have a special month that lets us read people's minds. It lets us read our own minds. Is the month of Ramadan not the time where we get a chance to increase our powers to read our books, to read our minds, and to read others' minds and their intentions? The problem is we wasn't aware of this time period first. I do want to make some commencements to the month of Ramadan. I hope everybody's Ramadan is going very, very well, and the light field has been quite engageful without you all. See, the month of Ramadan, it marks a powerful time. A powerful time where the earth is in rhythm with the star Sirius. A time where we can get mental downloads quickly from the light field.
Mm.
It's kind of like having the light field on speed dial, which we already do because we're carbon beings.
Sorry.
And during this Ramadan period, just to share, even Chief Minister Yogi Alakun has gotten his downloads from the light field, in which he has been gifted a new name. His last name is now Uzumaki, a restructured spelling of the word Uzumaki.
Yes, sir.
And so I'm breaking up Ramadan to say you need to merge it with the book of you. See, I've been reading my birth chart every day. Me and Sister Alexis, we read the birth chart every day, learning the biquintiles, the quintiles, the yods, the trines, the T squares, and everything in between.
Yes, sir.
So how do you use these things once you have it in your mind? Once you know where your planets are, what does it mean? Once you know where your quintiles are, what does it mean? It means you know who can help you activate what, who can assist you with what business. See, finding a partner is actually not tedious as you think. Now, we can't control people's functions and dysfunctions and what they do, but we damn sure can control what the contract says.
Mm.
So When you're finding a partner, you just have to ensure that your business is protected with contracts properly. But finding them, if you're going to use the birth chart and the Zodiac calendar, is not hard at all. It just takes you being intentional. See, I ain't afraid to be intentional. I'll tell a mother quick, look, I can't work with you until 56 days, 3 hours, and 2 seconds. And that's when my new phase starts. And that's when I'm going to be on your card. You got to be real intentional, because if you out of rhythm and you work with too many, you'll start to notice it becomes a burden. See, the problem is people think you're supposed to sit here and go and work with every national in the tribe. You're supposed to just grab everybody and put them under the business and put them in. No, that's not how it works. See, you will actually destroy your business faster that way. Because you put in too many and you don't even know if they on your cars. You don't know where they are. You got some people, they may be displacing a 9 of spades for the year. You supposed to be completing something with them, not starting something new. So you got to be real intentional. See, I'm not afraid to tell a person, I can't work with you because you're not talented for the mission I'm on. Because it's not about feelings, y'all. See, the moment you allow somebody's emotions to be guests in your castle is the moment you lose control of the situations you could have controlled. Because now their emotions are your guests. Their emotions are their gods, and you have grown to idolize their emotions instead of who they are. And when you do that, you start to allow them to create ideas and plans and think, oh, this is a great idea for you. No, it's not a great idea for you. Not a great business aspect for you. It's great for them and whoever else is in their chart that they need to work with, but they have to find that person. See, one thing I learned about thy emotions is that I cannot allow my emotions to be my gods. And I learned to only invite the righteous emotions to my house. I no longer invite depression, abandonment, fears, and things of that nature. The moment you invite them is the moment you start feeding them. Do you not feed guests when they come to your house? Do you not offer them water?
Some people
Understand?
don't. Some people don't.
Some people don't. Some people don't, and they emotion, and you can tell the people who don't, because their emotions get wild. They emotions be like, "Damn, you could at least fed me." But when you invite your emotions in as your guests, they start to go into certain rooms of your house. We could put it this way: emotions don't respect house rules.
That's crazy. Yes.
Emotions don't respect house rules. When emotions come in, they come in with their shoes on. They don't even take their shoes off. They leave mud stains. Inside joke, but they leave mud stains on the carpet.
Y'all had that person that, like, they just kind of invite themselves in your fridge. It's like they live there. They just open the fridge, like, no decorum.
No decorum at all. And so that's why I'm teaching y'all. Y'all got to learn the book of you. But look, y'all, the beautiful thing about it, you can learn the book of other people too. That's why it's important to get their birthday. When I tell you to get their birthday, you go get their birthday. Don't bullshit, Mr. Galactico. I relate with conversation because my last potential business partner couldn't think big enough. Yes, sir. And see, that's why you got to be intentional. See, sometimes, now I don't know specifically with your partnership, but I can talk about some of mine that has, it's no longer a partnership. See, sometimes I used to see a sister, shout out to the Jaguar Queen, Alexis Shiel of the Bear Cub Pirate. She taught me something. She said, see, Yogi, your problem is you only see people in their light and not in their darkness. She said you want to see people in a light so bad, and you are clouded when they already in their darkness. And that's when it hit me. I said, See, that was the day Mr. Galactico and Yogi Alakun worked together to look at that 7T squared that he had with the partnership. He said, ooh, no wonder why. She right. I was looking at the light. I ain't look at the darkness. I ain't look at for what they was emitting at the moment. Because the thing about it, look, see, one thing y'all gonna learn from Mr. Galactico, even Chief Minister Kojo, see, we don't do beef. We don't do beef. See, when somebody is in their dysfunctions, look, we just patient. We put them aside. Look, okay, you dysfunctional. We ain't gonna work with you. We can't have you. But look, if you get back on rhythm, look, we have no problem shaking your hand, PCO, but with discernment though, depending on what you do, because look, it's some people. Hey, you back on rhythm, but I'd rather you be successful without me.
I'm no dummy.
Yeah, go ahead and get your. Look, I wish success for you, but you did something. You crossed a line that you can't come back from. So it's all about discernment too. So learn other people's book of you, and don't just put on the rose-colored lens where you only see them in a light. Make sure you acknowledge the darkness that they do admit at moments in time. Because when you do, now you can be intentional. Because it's some things, yeah, you can work with the person. They may have a Kirk dysfunction or something of that nature, but it's like, okay, I'm logical, I'm calculated. I can manage it. I can manage it. I could kind of guide them to their rhythm. But if some people is, shit, you just batshit crazy. I can't work with you. Every time I look up, you in something else. So it's all about discernment. It's all about transparency. It's all about intentions. And so now with these new aspects, now I get birth charts, readings, and things of that nature. And remember, press your cosmologist and your astrologist to learn this. I will have information on this in the booklet for you all, in an ebook for you all to read and purchase. I am King of Diamonds.
At bearcubpirates.org.
At bearcubpirates.org, exactly. Now, before I go to the last slide, this is the segment where we allow the birthdays and live readings to come in.
So we had the first one, December 9th.
December the 9th. Now, y'all do have to be specific in question upon what you want. December the 9th, do you want me to read your birth card? Maybe you got a partnership or a relationship, or you're in a love relationship that you want me to read upon. So, just be specific. I'm going to assume you want me to read your birth chart, your birth card. So, December the 9th is, let's see, today is a 7 of clubs. Yesterday was an 8 of clubs. So, that'll make you a 9 of clubs. Yep. So, with the 9 of clubs, see, you're somebody who attracts universal knowledge. Or let me say, completes things with a universal application of knowledge. See, the 9 of clubs, they like to talk. They're very passionate. They could be direct, too, within their language style. Now, on the dysfunctional side, they could be procrastinators. I could do it later. They could be quite argumentative. They could stir up drama with the penetration of their words. So you're someone who has to practice the neighborhood of Venus and Saturn, which is basically saying, look, you need to structure your harmonious self so that when you do deliver a message, it could be delivered with tough love and not tough hate.
Yep.
Because it is a difference.
Yes, sir. And I'll tell you this. Yes, I'm going to give every element that comes up the same communication thing that will help. Just be careful not to talk in circles
Right.
and not being honest and just being direct and respecting communication. So that means you need to be listening as well as they need to be listening. You need to talk and then let them talk. But when they talk, actually listen. So
Exactly. Exactly. And so with he said, I'm too frank.
but that's really the delivery. Like that's okay. Like as long as you're not like, just blatantly being disrespectful, you just telling the truth.
Right.
People will take how they take it because the truth does, unfortunately rile people up, offend people, hurt people's feelings.
Right.
Um, if you want to try to ease the blow, get creative on delivery, right?
Exactly. And you gotta recognize, look, most people emotions are their idols. They idolize their emotions. So, you know, sometimes what Mr. Galactico and Chief Minister Yogi Alakun do is we sit down, we actually think about the situation. We think how it transpired, how it went. And if we did something wrong, then we just be accountable for it.
Yeah.
If we did nothing wrong, well, hell, we did nothing wrong. Oh, he already got me. Oh, wonderful. I'm only disrespectful when they are. Well, look, even in the Quran, it says retaliation is allowed.
You must have a spade.
That's probably what it is. You must have a space like Mr. Galactico because the pettiness can come out. So you just got to discern. Maybe one thing you can work on is your breathing exercises.
Mm-hmm.
See, when you're in the midst of an argument, do a quick 4 to 4 count of breathing. And then see how you deliver then.
November 11th.
And they say, my Saturn is a king of diamond. What does this mean for me? Well, what does that mean for you? Brother Daniel, that means you are a master of ideas, finances, economy, and value.
Calibrated.
Oh, November 22. And let me just do the proper thing and check to make sure that is indeed your Saturn card because we wouldn't want you to have the wrong information of your Saturn card. So
November
November,
22 is Jack of Hearts, right?
that should be a Jack of Hearts indeed.
So
Just to confirm. Yep, Jack of Hearts.
So 1, 2, 3. Yeah, it's right. King
So
of
your so with your King of Diamonds as your Saturn card, see Saturn is a feminine planet. And so you will receive life lessons of how to master your finances, your values, your ideas, how to be a just king. Let me tell you something, because my character cards, well, Mr. Galactico itself, first of all, is a king of diamonds. And Yogi Alakun's character and key card is a king of diamonds. So something about the king of diamonds is you want to learn to be a just king. Means you need to learn to be justified in your actions. One thing Mr. Galactico learned with putting together teams is sometimes you got to remove people. Sometimes you create contracts. Sometimes you do things. Does it increase your value? Is this a good business idea? Does this actually make sense? See, you have to be justified in it. Justify your actions. Justify why you cut this person on. Justify why you bringing this person on. And let me tell you something. This is why it becomes important for you to be intentional with the Zokin calendars and the birth chart. See, when I put together teams, as a king of diamonds, I don't just look at the aspects they have with me. I look at the aspects they have with each other. Because that's the other layer that people fail at. See, they put together teams and they don't know that these two people actually work good together. See, that's something I learned in the days of the hidden cosmic village. Not everybody works good together.
Mm-hmm.
And when they don't work good together, the business starts to collapse.
Mm-hmm.
Hardships starts to occur. So one thing you should practice is looking at your team, your family business, your tribal businesses. Look at who you partner with. If you got a 14 business, you need to look at how the three people work together. What aspects do they got with each other? Do they have a mutual Venus? That means they're gonna have appreciation for each other. That means it's gonna be a very respectful, love-like energy. Do they have a Jupiter mutual together? You might want to put those two together there. Get on the tasks they could do together because they're gonna carry out the business real good.
Mm-hmm.
See, you gotta be real intentional about things. For so long, we moved in the sense of picking people just to pick,
Guessing,
just
freestyle.
guessing. And it's only because, see, when we look at certain aspects of the world, we could use the NBA. See, I used to look at that. I used to hear people, man, why that owner do him like that? You ain't doing like that because he black. And then Mr. Galactico, see, I think outside unconventionally. I said, man, if the world was all black, would we be saying that same shit if he did the same thing? Hell no, we wouldn't. We'd been like, oh, did the same shit. But we switched the statements because the person's white. See, that's when you think objectively. But see, I think subjectively and objectively. See, I put it all together and I say, you know what? If I was in that white man position, I would trade him the same way.
Yeah.
You know, it's harsh, but it's true. So that's the king of diamonds. You know what I mean? Just learn to be a just king in your actions. Master what's valuable in your atmosphere. Once you start to learn what's valuable and what's not, and once you learn to move with discernment and to recognize and acknowledge people for what they admit and not who they could become, you start to learn to be justified in your actions. I see somebody said my dad is a February 12th king of diamonds. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, you're good, Mr. Galactico. Since November 22nd is the Jack of Hearts, it's a heart. So the main thing you need to just be careful of is just being passive about the values that you have or who's valuable and who's not. You know, what's a good idea and what is not. Just don't avoid expressing what needs to be expressed. And if there is an expectation that you have not expressed or communicated, then you need to do that because not everybody's a mind reader or a heart reader. Okay.
Woo! Right on spot, on Chief Minister Culture. Yes, please do not be passive. See, when I teach you the King of Diamonds, and even Jack, I'm not speaking. See, the Jack of Hearts, my Venus card, my brother. So I know all too well about being passive. See, when you're passive, that's when all the shits starts to happen. See, you start to let things slide. You start to let things that actually is not value come into your atmosphere. And I mean, let's just be honest. Not every idea is a goddamn good idea. Let's be honest. And you got to remember, see, we're entering a new indigenous paradigm. So we have all yet to, I don't even want to use that. We're working it, but not everybody has achieved that healed self. So you do got to recognize that all the ideas that they're putting out, all of them not coming from the light field. Some of it is coming from the parasites that exist within a body. And that's what you have to be careful of. Because even I recognize bad ideas, and I'd be like, I ain't working on that shit. You just gotta be real about it. Ain't nothing wrong with it. I mean, yeah, I'm not disrespectful to it. I ain't, in my mind, I'm like, that shit, that's a terrible ass idea. But, you know, I look, I say, you know what? I'm gonna just move. I'm gonna move on. Okay, that's what I want to work on. I'm not with that business idea because the one thing you need to learn is two principles: the masculinity, which is force, design; then is femininity, magnetism, attracting. As long as I have my awareness and my ability to move, motion, ain't nothing I can't design. So one idea is a bad idea, don't mean I can't design a good idea. So never feel bad about denying somebody to work with you.
Yeah, because like, and this is like, this is a real time story. Don't be so quick. So, like, let's say, okay, I'll give you a real example. Somebody presents you an idea to two people. You're like, oh yeah, that's cool, that's cool. Like both people are willing. They're like, okay, cool. Then the person starts to flip a switch. Like they start losing their shit. And they start going crazy. Like they're having a meltdown. And they start being disrespectful to the other person or other party that was, invited to do the collab. And then I was like, ooh, good thing I didn't do nothing. I said it was cool. Yeah, we could collab. But then when I saw the disrespect, I said, hey, consider my collab acceptance null and void. I am out. You can't be disrespecting my brother like that. You know what I mean? And that was it. But the person just kept going on and on and on and on and on and on and on. And it just never stopped. And I was like, oh, man, that was bullet dodged. But yeah, don't be so quick. Let the light field or let the light field or the field shine the light. You'll see the darkness.
Yes, yes. Yes, you will. You will. He said copy that. I think Sister Nunu was next. My dad is a February 12th King of Diamonds.
Yeah.
Yeah, just like the King of Diamonds. I mean, he got to be a just king, mastering his finances. He's someone who gets those super infrastructure business ideas. So, it's a level that he has to assert his confidence into those ideas, meaning no matter what noise gathers around his idea, he has to be confident about it because he thought of it. And once you think of it, it's supported, it's there, it's manifested. You got to do the work then.
So,
I think Sister Nunu. Oh, did you? I'm sorry.
are you good? Every element catches this. So you're a diamond. When I say this, and I say this in a very nice way, stop being indirect. And masking it with sarcasm. You try to use sarcasm or being indirect, and that's a form of resistance because you're trying to mask or shield the real gems that you have. It's almost like this is a fitting for the time. Like you're trying to be like Mr. What was it, Mr. Grinch, Scrooge McDuck. You're trying to be Scrooge. Like you have gems that are valuable, but you just haven't found a group of people to actually present those gems to, or you don't even recognize your own value. So that's important to be aware of.
Yes, it reminds me of the person who used to, the person who used to say when they cook something, they be like, oh, I don't think I did too good on this one. They try to downplay themselves before you eat it. That way, if you don't like it, at least they was technically all in agreement with you already. Instead of just, hey, look, I did my thing. And then the person don't like it. Look, that person don't like it. You like it for your taste buds. It wasn't for their taste buds. So don't ever downplay yourself before somebody get to testing it.
That's it. And even if they don't like it, it's cool. Not everybody likes it.
Everybody ain't gonna like it. It's okay. King of Clubs for Neptune, Sister Nunu. Yes. So the King of Clubs and Neptune, well, one, the King of Clubs is the master of information, knowledge, militant, discipline. See, they master their information. They can read things. See, yours being Neptune, see, the information and things you study is going to be in the cosmology fields, things of spirituality and mysticism. See, your King of Clubs, it gives you that direct sense of tapping in. See, what people see 26, which is the spiritual value of the King of Clubs, it resorts to 8. So you need to be structured within your educational field so you can master your spirituality. And the neighborhood it is in Uranus. So as your Neptune card in Uranus, one thing you need to explore is the mastery of technology and innovation and spirituality and things of that nature. And what does that mean? That means you can master information and create formulas that are healing, that supports people bodily health. Because the Karma One card of the King of Clubs is the Two of Spades, which is emotional support for people's health. So how you could carry that? Neptune energy, King of Clubs, is also feminine energy. So things you receive is divine insights of information. It just comes to you easily. You know, you just close your eyes and the light field be like, hey, look, check this statement out. And you be like, oh shit, download. I clocked that. Ain't that's what they say nowadays? You clocked that one. So during the month of Ramadan, you can pronunciate the ancestral name of the card to see what happens. And the ancestral name of the card is Akshlahum Ik. Ik being clubs, air, Akshlahum being the king. And you will pronunciate that and start to prey upon that energy to see what divine insights you get. And that brings me to the fourth slide. Clock it, that's right.
Clock it.
So, this final thing Mr. Galactico wanted to do for you all is, since we are in the time of 10:23, 11:23 in the Eastern Standard Time, I did create a Waktichi prayer for you all. And this Waktichi prayer is based upon the card that is on today, which is the Seven of Clubs, aka Woke Lok Ik. So I would ask you all to bow your heads, close your eyes, but don't close your ears. For what I have to say to many of my peers is that Mr. Galactico would deliver a prayer as a true seer. Let's begin. First, I want you all to take a 4-second inhale, and then we're going to hold for 4 seconds, and then we're going to exhale for 4 seconds. Beginning in 1, 2, 3, start. Inhale. Hold for 4 seconds. And then exhale. We're going to give that one more go around, and then I'm going to read off the prayer. And as you begin to seep into calmness, relaxation, and a connection to the light field and alpha wave state mode, I want you to begin to listen to my voice softly. So once again, inhale for 4 seconds. 1, 2, 3, go. Hold for 4 seconds. Exhale 4 seconds. As you begin to exhale, allow this prayer to resonate with you and your soul light being. Watishi prayer, 7 of clubs. Walk low kick. Walk low kick. Sacred seventh wind, I call upon your quiet breath this day. You who move not to steer the world, but to cleanse the corners of the mind. Guide my thoughts toward truth that does not tremble. Sweep away the shadows that confuse my reason. Lift the veils that settle over my understanding. And let the winds of insight walk gentle through my spirit. Teach me the art of listening, not to the noise around me, but to the still wisdom within. Let me hear the whisper of intuition as clearly as thunder in the silent valley. Walk low ik, grant me clarity without arrogance, discreetment without fear, and revelation without turmoil. Steady my mind so I may see with honest eyes, and guard my tongue so it speaks only when truth is ready. Bless my inner chambers, purify my intentions, and stand with me as I rise above confusion. For your wind is not a storm, it is a cleansing breath, a sacred whisper, a lantern for the unseen paths. May your wisdom rest upon me today, and may my thoughts walk in light. Ashe, and you may now open your eyes.
Awaken from theta state. All right.
Yes, sir. I hope you enjoyed this Book of You Part 2 series, and I hope the Waktichi prayer has garnered you insights to divine messages. Yeah, that's right, Sister Nunu, your birth card.
Peace, God. You're in the building. Just want to make sure I acknowledge you. There was one more
Peace,
brother that I want to make sure. Peace, God.
peace, peace.
Who else? Yeah. Y'all got questions? Thoughts? I want to make sure I do save for the spade people because everybody heard the heart, club, and diamond. Spade.
Yes.
Stop gaslighting. When you've been caught, you've been caught. It's cool. Don't blame. Stop trying to dominate. Are you actually connected to your authentic self? And everybody is. It's just whether you are aware of it or not. It's the awareness is key. So, and then just be aware of what do you actually believe in.
Mm. Woo. Yes, Lord, Church Minister Kojo. Yes, please be aware of yourself. And I'm glad we ended with the spades because we do have a special series, me and Sister Alexis Shiel, coming about on YouTube called The Abandoned, a cosmological insight into abandoned children. See, we all, well, let me not say all, but many people have an abandoned little girl and an abandoned little boy that wasn't picked up at the time of their adolescence. So we're going to be running a series to talk upon those subjects, and it's going to get real deep.
When is
So,
where's that? Where can people watch that and what time?
so all of those details will be coming out over the month of December, as we put it. Get the time and the things of that nature. But with the ending of the space, I just had to mention it because, when you're not aware of yourself, of your authentic self, that means you have abandoned your authentic self. You abandoned your child within you. So let's stay aware. My beautiful people, my Hawaiians, my Bear Cub Pirates, and my Honor Nationals. And all indigenous people across the world. Let's stay aware.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Any other thoughts, questions, y'all? Kojo ain't rushing y'all. So I have the mind to communicate.
And Mr. Galactico got the energy of the light field. So However long Minister Kojo wants to say, I can stay too.
Yes, sir. You know, like I want you to reiterate this, even if nobody asked this question, as this is the last talking point of
Yes.
um, why that's important. What you had highlighted with kind of like what was it called again?
The
Uh,
powwow
yeah, the
aspect.
power aspect.
Yes, sir.
Why that?
So, yes, sir. So, one, the construction of the powwow aspect is it is trines that has touched all four elements. Once they touch all four elements, it creates a powwow. Now, Mr. Galactico discovered it in relationship charts. I have yet see it in an individual chart, but I got to analyze the relationships. So with the powwow, once it touched all four elements, depending upon what planets are presented within it, this creates a purposeful contract between the two individuals, meaning it's going to be so harmonious, it's going to be damn near impossible to get off of rhythm. These are things I have analyzed. And so, with the powwow aspect of it, just to go back over the chart that we do have presented, when a person has the Pluto aspect in Scorpio, that's a deep transformation. Is at home. It's a layer. And maybe I could get the cards too. Mr. Galactico does have the full breakdown of it. If y'all don't mind giving me a couple of universal seconds to pull it up.
Oh man, you got all the time
Because,
in the world.
oh, yes, yes, yes. And so we do have the exact function of this. Let me just get the cards. Power ton as an aspect. So, one, just to explain, because powwow is a term from the word power ton. Power ton is the deity of writing, ordering time, encoding cycles, and stabilizing cosmic information. So, the core meaning, what it means to write time into the system. Because when you share a powwow with somebody, that's exactly what y'all doing. Y'all writing time into a system. And Cosmology Powerton is the keeper of the records of cycles, the architecture of events, the mathematical order of destiny, the log book of humanity's memory. So when two people form a Powerton aspect, it means together they become scribes who write the next chapters of their shared timeline. They do not just live time, they author time. The relationship is not passive, it is constructive, documentative, and timeline directive. Their choices ripple outward like ink on the codex. What purpose this pair here is here to write? That's when we start to get into the planets now. Because of their combined cards, nine of diamonds, a universal value system. The three of clubs, structural learning system. The queen of clubs, memory and emotional intelligence. The ace of diamonds, new values. The five of clubs, reforming patterns. The seven of diamonds, spiritual money and value lessons. And the four of diamonds, foundational value system. This pair is literally the creation of a new learning system, value system, or written methodology. Their purpose is to build, document, and preserve a structure for others to learn from. This could manifest as a curriculum, a doctrine, a cosmological writing system, a light field method, a business protocol, or anything in between. And it is not a random synergy. So their talent as a powerton pair translated invisible patterns into written form due to Sisters L, Sun, and Gemini, and Yogi's Mercury and Aries. Together, they have a talent for writing complex concepts in simple form, recording systems that others cannot see. This is why I said, partnering with this sister, we will take dreams forensics to a whole nother level and every other cosmology tool. So when people form a powwow in their charts, y'all working together to architect time and events. We're not waiting for the events to occur in the sense of reading. We're intentionally creating the events how we see fit. And that is the breakdown of a powwow aspect.
Well said. That's actually really good. That's really good, really good, really good. So
Peace to the sister. And I think this is another fellow Rex. 7 of clubs. And so I hope you did enjoy the Waktishi prayer.
Would an 8 of spades Mercury show up in the world?
I would have 8 of spades. So the better question that you should form is, how would an 8 of spades design its intellectual properties into the world? Because Mercury is a masculine sign, and when you're in the Mercury, you're not being receptive, you're being active. You're designing. So as an 8 of spades, they are ones who builds infrastructures. They're the ones who stay disciplined to make sure things deliver on time, emails get sent on time, the SOPs are properly functioning. That's how the 8 of spades shows up in the world. So if you were someone who possesses an 8 of spades, if you was to dabble into a partnership, if they was to look at your talents, the first thing they could say is, okay, this person has the 8 of spades Mercury. That's someone who's mentally structured, to say. Someone who could take the business and formulate and put together a system of operations. And since the 8 of spades is a card that lives in Jupiter, Saturn, they don't think small. This is your Mercury. You think big. You think public. See, I don't know if you got a diamond in your birth cards, but for us who have diamonds in our birth cards, we don't lie to ourselves. We know goddamn well we don't want to be millionaires. We don't be 100 millionaires. We don't want to be billionaires. We want to be trillionaires.
Think big.
Think big. Don't think small. If you got an idea, don't make it local. Because then what happens if you think local and your business becomes big anyway? You got local systems, local SOPs that can't handle the pressure when the business becomes global. So don't wait to set your systems up to be global, because if you make the systems local, the system cannot account for the fact when it becomes global.
You got to prepare. So you got to prepare for the abundance. You got to prepare for the business. You got to prepare for all that. If you don't prepare, you don't make space for it. It's just like what Mr. Galactico is saying.
Turns into pressure.
You gonna get it. You gonna get the abundance, but you know what's gonna happen to the abundance? It's gonna go away because there's no space for it.
Yep. And you might become what I like to call some of these new agers is, see, you got 2 types of scammers in the world.
Oh no.
This is what you could be. I'm just telling you, Mr. Galactico gonna tell the truth. You got 2 types of scammers in the world. And what I notice is some of these people who are scammers now, they started off with good intentions. But see, they started off locally. They wasn't thinking big. They didn't prepare their systems to take on the abundance that should come in. And then when they get thousands of orders, 5,000 people ready to order from their website, they can't handle the workload. And then the story starts to become, oh man, this person ain't give me my product. They got lazy. They couldn't handle the pressures. But what it was, they thought small and they didn't prepare for big. Peace, fam. High level breakdowns here. Ten of Diamonds here. Got to build systems bigger than your current capacity. That is right, my brother. Brother Bazir. Everybody make a warm noise for Brother Bazir, a great cosmologist who teaches many systems in different aspects, including entrepersona. So make sure y'all tap into him if y'all want to learn about your entrepreneurship related into your cards.
Yes, sir. I think he has a school platform that he uses, right?
He does have a school platform. The name is slipping me, Brother Bazir, but if you could put it into the chat, that would be more delightful. But he is correct. You got to build systems bigger than your current capacity. Because if you don't, one, that means unconsciously you're already doing a dysfunctional ask formation. See, you're asking, why ain't I big yet? Why ain't I global? Because you thought locally. You was already thinking locally. That means your exclamation was, why am I local? Because your system's local. If you ask, why am I global? Because I do what global people do. I create systems bigger than my capacity already holds. I create a team that is already set to take on bigger projects. See, when you ask a question, you got to answer the question too. So ask yourself, don't say why I'm not global. Say, why am I global? Why am I global? Mr. Galactico, you're global because you do what global people do. You wake up in the morning, you do your morning meditations, you eat healthy, you break your fast with fruits, you drink and eat cacao. Shout out to Aboshi Cacao.
Yes, sir.
You get your proper health supplements. Shout out to She Wave Clinic. You know your book of you. Shout out to all the cosmologists. You can check out Bear Cub Pirates.
Yes, sir.
And Brother Bazil. And Brother Simi.
Yes, sir.
So when you answer that question, why am I global? Because I do what global people do. I set myself in attentions to be disciplined, to be patient, to be discerned, to recognize that my ideal is a spider web. And like a spider web, I create many focal points in this spider web to hold structure. See, that's what partnerships is. So going back to that brother's question, when he said, do I need to work with someone? You got them right. You need to work with someone. Because that's almost like saying, do you need to marry someone? Think about it. Your family is your first business. That's the first people you work with. So yes, you need to work with people because when you work with somebody together, y'all create a web. See, the web, a spider is like Saturn and Uranus. Saturn takes complex things and make it simple. Uranus takes simple things and make it complex. And both can be functional if done correctly.
Right.
See, a spider starts with one simple spin of a web. And then several hours later, that one single web has become many webs in the system to capture and attract whatever it needs. And each angle point of that web is a focal point. And I compare it to the partnerships. Each partner you partner with is your focal point. When I speak to Kojo, I'm speaking to light. When I speak to Brother Bazir, I'm speaking to light. When I speak to Dr. Kwahu, I'm speaking to light. When I speak to Brother Simi, I'm speaking to light. Sisters, when you're speaking to your sisters, you're speaking to light. So yes, you need to create partnerships. Yes, you need to work with people. Yes, you don't need to work on eggshells when something happens all the time. Why walk on eggshells? It's life. You learn the lesson and you move accordingly.
Learn to forgive people and forgive yourself and move on.
Exactly. Definitely planning for bigger. The age space Mercury. Yes, yes. Think big. Yes. don't know if anybody.
I don't think I see any other thoughts, questions.
And thank you all for your attention. I know it's real late tonight. So we thank you all for your participation in the Book of You series.
Yes, sir. You know, this is the favorite time and most wonderful time of the year.
Yes, yes.
So, well, we do have a couple announcements. Just some things that we want to mention from our bulletin. There will be another sermon from Dr. Amaru Shiali tomorrow. I think same time, eight Eastern. Yeah, eight Eastern time.
Yes, sir.
So definitely tune in to that sermon. You definitely don't want to miss it. I think some other things that are on our bulletin is that, we have the Father Child Health Workshop in DC, Maryland area. If you're in the area, hit up the brothers in that area, December the 17th, 2025. And then we have the Arna Ball, December 28th in ATL. So definitely pull up for that. Bring your partner, get your dance shoes on. They're going to have a full effigy bar and all that jazz. It's going to be a good time. It'll be at the YG Cafe.
Yes,
Um,
yes.
and then we obviously have the sixth annual powwow in Dallas, April the
Yes.
17th through the 19th, y'all. So 2026 will be ready for that and those
Yes,
details.
yes. Yes, yes. Excited for that powwow. Hope you all to make it out to Dallas because Mr. Galactico will be making an appearance.
Yes, sir. We got some things that we're gonna be doing. It's
Oh
gonna be
yes. It's gonna be real fun. It's gonna be real fun, y'all.
mastery at its finest.
Yes, sir, Brother Silney. And y'all make sure to check out Brother Silney's website, Master the Elements.
Mastertheelements.com.
Yes, yes.
Just want to make sure I flash that. Mastertheelements.com. Okay. Oh, shit.
Yes. Ooh, y'all attentive tonight. Mr. Galactico likes this though. Yeah, attentive.
Yeah. Yes. Any
Yeah.
other questions, thoughts
Mm.
for the Book of You series part two? We will have another sermon on the Book of You part three. That's going to be led by Brother Sidney.
Yes.
Okay, I might got it. I might. Hey, listen. You know how many times I hear that? Come through. You have a good time, man. You have a good.
Well, since I am in the form of Mr. Galactico, I will tell Sister Nunu ain't no might. You will be coming to Dallas.
Damn.
Ain't no mice over here. You will be coming to Dallas. And it's gonna be fun, y'all. See, the details gonna come out, so Mr. Galactico won't be impulsive in that nature. The details will come out, but I will say it is gonna be extremely fun and coherent.
Sir. Hey, when you drop gems, how did the light radiate at its brightest?
The light radiates at its brightest. Ah, yes, sir. Look, Brother Simmons, all I know is when you end the Book of You series, the light will be even brighter than what Mr. Galactico said himself. So, my brother, you got this. Book of You series part 3 by Brother Simney, Master the Elements, will be phenomenal. So please stay tuned.
You've done it before, and you'll knock it out of the park like always. So
Exactly.
just be, just be you, and let your authentic self flow, speak to you. That's it. Have fun, man.
And Sister Nunu, that's right. Okay, period. You're right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Come through. It's gonna be fun.
That's it.
And just to entice y'all anymore, I might have another special character making his debut,
Ooh, okay.
along with a certain game to say.
I gotta come through, man. I gotta come through. It's gonna be a good time.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Anybody, I think everybody has come. And we have, 10 minutes away from, 12 in the Eastern Standard Time and 1 hour closer for us in the Central Time. So as we begin to celebrate midnight prayer, please set your attentions properly and make sure your intentions are authentic. You know what you want. Don't be a diamond talking about you only want $800,000. You know you lying. Don't be a don't be a club. Or don't be a heart saying that you want this person in your pool and you know you don't want them in the pool. You know they dirty. Let them go at sunset.
That's it. You know, I think the thing that you all do, but maybe you're not aware, is the last thing that you see is kind of what your subconscious tries to put together and, put the unscrambled pieces together. That's really his job. So, this is not no shots, but if you're on IG, you're just scrolling and you're looking at big booty bitches, or you're looking at things that really aren't really helping you. You know what I mean? And you get a dream that's kind of like you're like, man, well, where did that come from? Or you get a manifestation that you like, yo, I didn't. Yeah, that's exactly what the last thing that you looked at before going to sleep. That's where your subconscious mind is most impressionable. Like,
Yes.
and
Yes.
so look at things that you are remembering in this timeline, in this current timeline. You've already done it. You're just remembering and seeing it, and then the timeline you're attuned to it. So you're not worried about time.
Ooh, ooh, y'all hear that? Might need this. You gotta reiterate that. You only remembering the things you already did.
That's
Mm.
that's it.
Ooh, y'all lucky Mr. Galactico ain't got a soundboard over here.
You a trip. That's that boy. Oh wow, man. It's true. I mean, if you see it in your mind, whether your eyes closed or open, you're superimposing into this current timeline. Versus like eyes closed, you're looking at the subconscious mind screen, right?
Mm.
Like you're actually seeing. So they're both good, right? Um, so don't get it twisted. Just use whichever one makes sense. Because some people may not see eyes closed, maybe they see eyes open because they can superimpose.
Ooh, that was a gem. There's a tool right there. Know yourself. Know what you. Mm. And one thing I can say, you know what I mean, we want you all to take your book of you seriously because it's your book of you that you can use for your prayers. Your book of you holds all the memory already. Every last cell of it. So if you learn your book of you ain't gotta guess what you remember that you did good. You ain't gotta remember what part of you is functional. The book of you remembers, it stores the memories, every life of you. Don't let that go over your head. Every life of you, it got memory of. But it's up to you to, after you open your eyes from the light, hydrogen, hydrogen, the first part, hydrogen. And then the other inert gases that comes after hydrogen. And then eventually you get to carbon, and carbon has materialized in our world. The same thing for you. See, when you close your eyes, and as Kojo said, when you see that streamline and you pick that certain scene that you see, you say, I like that scene. That scene represents the authentic me. And you open your eyes, you open hydrogen, you open the inert gases, and then when you move your fingers to that pen, your left hand to the paper, or vice versa if you're left-handed, and you write it out, and you write the plan, that's carbon materializing within our world. And then you keep actionizing. You just keep actionizing. You don't wait.
Yes, sir.
Because you already remember. If the subconscious remember it and it was good in the subconscious, what the hell you got to worry about in the real world? The real world just got to catch up to you. See, you don't know your subconscious is faster than the earth. I'll say that again. Your subconscious is faster than the earth. So that means whatever scenes you seen, and you start to write the plan, and you seen it and it was successful in your mind, you just waiting for the world to catch up. So why not work on it now? Because by the time the world catch up, you're gonna be a billionaire. You're gonna be a trillionaire. You just gotta set your attentions on what you want to be. Reality is a lagging indicator. Yes, it is.
That's it. Because like literally, like if you get your everybody, you want to move on from. I know we say this all the time, from the world of possibilities, and that's great. It's true. But now you really need to move on to expecting and demanding. Like you're not a beggar, like right, like you're not here pleading for nothing. Like you expect great things, you expect abundance, you expect that all things will work out in your favor. You're just waiting to align or be in frequency and things to sync up. That's it. Even if it look crazy, it'll still work out in your favor.
Exactly. Mr. Galactico crazy shit all the time. All of them does what it needs to do.
That's it. That's it. It's a facts. Reality is lagging indicator. Yeah, man. Literally. So don't worry about it. People be so obsessed with time. And time is not even really a factor.
We the architecture. Did I not prove that in the power aspect? We the architectures of our time. Where you gonna architect? And look, if they give you the money, please learn how to receive, because some of you don't know how to receive. What's your worth? They gave you the money. They wouldn't give you the money if they didn't think you was worth it.
Shit, some people trying to take that, give it back. They be like, "Oh no, it's too much." You know,
It's too
like
much.
all I really needed was $10,000. Take this $90,000 back. I'm like, what?
Man, what are you doing? Gonna take it back? You gonna take all that back? You know what you just did? Let me tell you what you just did. When y'all don't learn how to receive, see, when you don't learn how to receive, see, you start making people take things back that could have helped your future generations. See, because some of y'all thinking so selfishly that you forgetting that you are a creator. You also a creator of other partnerships, businesses, coalitions, as well as children. So if you're creating children and you telling somebody to take the 90,000 back, but maybe you was thinking so selfishly. Okay, only you need 10,000, but your children don't only need 10,000. They need a little bit more than that.
Right.
So start being so overly given without the balance of learning how to receive too. And don't worry, I'm not speaking from just any old thing. I used to be the same way. I used to not know how to receive. Kojo used to have to market for me, but you see now, I'll market my damn self. So whatever reading anybody wants from me, you can go to Bear Cub Pirates, and my prices are set for Zooms. audio recordings and written reports. You get either or.
What we say last class, there's no nobility in poverty, right?
At all.
Some of y'all just don't buy into that being humble. Do you know what being humble really means? Like the definition, it means lesser than. don't be don't be humble, man. Like you're not lesser than. Like you. It's a. You should be proud of, your talents, your skills, and you should know what you're worth, your value, and not having to lower yourself just to make people feel comfortable.
Yes.
Like
Don't lower yourself. Don't lower your light to somebody's darkness.
right. People will make you do that though if you're not careful.
They will. But that's why y'all need to tap in with the Zokin readers, because we read this every day. We say, "Ooh, that person on the, oh yeah, they on the 7 of spades. Watch out for something dysfunctional." You start to feel something, and you know the cards. That's a math equation. I mean, it's equaling something.
That's it.
And if your streamline shows it in your mind, don't ignore it. Too many people ignore the light field symbols and signs.
Maybe right.
I used to do it.
They be screaming at you.
Screaming at you. But then I tell you for the thousandth time, this is who they are. Not what you think they will become.
Whew.
Just saying.
True. It's true.
Who you think they will become is.
It's true.
But then again, when you think of who they will become, think for the second time, and your mind will tell you who they is. And I'll end my thoughts with that. Think for the second time, and your mind will tell you who they is.
That's a good one. Yeah, that's a good one. Y'all catch that? Boy, y'all sleep. Huh? Time.
Let me say that again. So, don't ponder upon who you think they will be. Think for the second time, and your mind will tell you who they are. And then you know how to move accordingly.
Damn.
Look, Mr. Galactico is only speaking from experience. And look, right now, I'm just delivering what I went through. I'm only acting as your ferryman as I take you across the waters to the indigenous promised land. Because the promised land is this: get your ass to work. Ain't nobody here to save you. You can only save yourself. That's the promised land. That's my promise to you. You can only save yourself. And that is a promise that is kept forever in time.
Your soul is in your keeping alone.
That's fine. Ooh, any more questions?
Any
I'm
more
sorry,
questions?
crowd.
You said you start what?
I said, I'm sorry, crowd. I know it's late. We know it's late.
It's late. So if there's no questions, we definitely appreciate the attendance, the participation in today's sermon. We'll have a couple of more sermons next week. So y'all gonna get two back to back. So be ready for those, and then we'll close out the book of you, the third one, with Minister Simney, and he'll come through with the heat, the fire, and all the flames, fire and brimstone. Okay,
yes.
But no, it's gonna be a great one, and so we just appreciate y'all's attendance, and we'll see y'all next week. Otherwise, be sure to show up for the sermon tomorrow with Dr. Amaru Shiali on Friday night. Friday Night Lives, y'all.
Yes.
So
yes.
Through with the smoke. He already been disseminating some of y'all's realities. So I'm not gonna speak on that. That's I'm gonna let that one be.
Yes.
But yeah, we appreciate y'all, and we'll see y'all next week, family.
Yes, yes, family. We will see y'all next week. And thank you for joining us on this 7 of Clubs Day.
Peace to the tribe and family.
Peace.
We out here.